Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading for the end of November right through the end of December 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your twin flame reading for those twins who are currently in separation. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first pile is going to be your pile, the second pile will be your person's pile, and the third pile is the unified energy of how things are going to come together, okay? Also, please check up online what it means to be in a twin flame connection. If anyone is emotionally, physically, or mentally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. That's more likely to be a false flame connection, and that will waste your wonderful time and your beautiful love and energy, okay? So a twin flame, it is magnetic. When you first meet your person, it is an energy like no other. It's like a moth to a flame energy. And whilst you're drawn to your person, there seems to be a bit of a space in between because there tends to be a runner, a chaser, and a separation period. That's the way that a twin flame dynamic tends to go, okay? It's actually an activated relationship, so it's more about accepting your spiritual awakening than it has to do with the person itself, and that's why it's such a difficult relationship to navigate, because what happens in a twin flame connection is projected energy. So when you meet your twin, everything you've experienced before you meet your twin tends to be amplified. So anything that you've had that was negative, whether it was trauma or whether it was insecurities, trust issues, or codependency, whatever it is, it gets amplified in the twin flame connection so that you really have to look at it, process it, and heal it. Now, the chaser tends to open themselves up to the deep level of love. They tend to offer their beautiful heart to their counterpart, and they're willing to go deep. They're willing to surrender themselves to the union. But the runner, they look at the things that are within themselves that need to be healed, shall we say, and they're scared. These are things that they've been running away from for years. So they're not willing to do the spiritual work. And therefore, they keep their twin at arm's length because they don't really want to unlock what has gone on before because they've spent their whole life avoiding it. Why would they open up when they meet their twin? Now, the twin flame, it's a catalytic relationship. So it forces you to look at all the stuff within yourself. So when the twin is looking at you, my beautiful Taurians, they're actually looking at all the things that are mirrored in you and the similar experiences that you may have had. And it's really about having to sort through the stuff, and they get scared. They feel exposed, and I will go deeper and see what the reason for your separation is, because everybody's, of course, is different. But, oh, I just popped that there. It's worth noting that twin flames, the chaser tends to think about their twin all the time. Sometimes you start to think, am I going crazy? Is it just feelings on my behalf? You know, is this my twin flame? Is there such a thing as a twin flame connection? Well, you're not crazy. The person actually feels the same way, but they're avoiding parts of themselves, so they keep their twin at arm's length, okay? And I like to explain twin flames like magnets. It's not a game, it's an energetic exchange. You have 2 magnets identical in polarity, so they're attracted to each other, but they also repel each other. The space in between is a separation period, so both of you need to remain apart for a certain period of time in order to learn lessons and spiritually evolve before you can come back together in union. And I want to just say that many, many years ago, when I first met my twin, I had gone through a very damaging relationship just previously, okay? I was a shell of myself. I had my confidence really knocked by a previous relationship, and I was very, very still in life at the time. I felt like I was unlovable. I felt like I had nothing to offer anybody, and I certainly did not love myself. There was an element there of self-loathing. And when I had separated from that very damaging experience, suddenly I met my twin, okay? And that just amplified feelings of insecurity, trust issues, and although I knew that this person was incredibly significant in my world, and it was a connection like no other. It was like a feeling of coming home. It was a feeling like I'd known this person before, and yet I didn't. And I pushed that person away because I was scared. So even though deep down I wanted to scream from the mountaintops, I love you, I want to be with you, there was like a barrier. It was almost like there was something stuck in my throat and I couldn't actually articulate how I truly felt. And I actually really wanted to tell them at the time that I was in love with them, but all that would come out is like, this is not serious, you know, I've been hurt in the past and I'm not looking for anybody. But deep down, I was craving to be loved. And, you know, whilst that is a very immature energy, and I recognize that now, at the time, I was just in pain. So I wasn't thinking about hurting anybody. I was thinking about protecting myself. And, you know, my twin, obviously, they kept persisting and I kept pushing away, even though I wanted to tell them that I know that they're the one and that I really love them. And then eventually my twin stepped back, which is what the twin flame dynamic does. And it gave me the space to breathe, to really think things through. And it actually was a catalyst for me. I actually started to spiritually evolve and start to mature. And then I came seeking my twin. And then, you know, we had that dynamic where the polarities flipped. They became a runner for a period of time because they were setting their healthy boundaries. And then suddenly, you know, you get unified and reunited with your twin when the moment is right. Now, some people, it's a very difficult journey to take. Don't get me wrong. I know it is a very difficult one, and not everybody takes it. So if you're thinking about walking away from this connection, you know, I definitely see that you're fed up with the way things are going. I feel like you are someone who is thinking it's over, or you're actually still in love with this person. I mean, you still have feelings for this person, but you're erecting healthier boundaries, which reestablishes an energy of they need to come to you good or not at all. And I feel that you are recognizing that this person is your divine counterpart, but there's something still not healed. And this is within both of you, because every twin flame is different. And I can see for both of you, you've got the Devil card. Okay, so there's a lot of unhealthy attachments going on there. Now, there's no judgment here. I'm not here to give anyone an excuse or to judge anybody, as I said there. I'm here to understand the energy so I can understand the outcome. But there are blockages in this connection. The Devil card on both sides means there's a bit of a stalemate. It can also be that there's fear on either side, trust issues, especially if your twin took a step away. It made you feel like you're on uneven ground, or you feel a little bit uncertain, confused about how this has gone down. And now you don't feel like it's a safe environment for you to open up your heart, because I feel like you gave your all to this connection. But I also see, my beautiful Taurians, as I said, every twin flame is different. And this particular twin flame connection that I am tapping into, there are some sort of patterns being played out that you may have witnessed in childhood. So this could be like generational kind of wounding. So for example, if you witnessed your parents divorcing or cheating, or there was some sort of turbulent energy in the household when you were growing up, there's no blame here, okay? Nobody comes to this lifetime with a manual of how to do life. Sometimes we're just, you know, surviving, but also we do have choices. So people, they make their choice and they acknowledge that they are making that choice, and they may regret it later on, but in that moment they made a choice that they felt they wanted to make. And, you know, as I said, I'm not here to judge it, but I'm here to try and understand it. And you've got the first card, and this is your protagonist energy, and it's the child, okay? Now, I am getting two energies from this, which is some of you are wanting to go for new love, or you are thinking it's time to end this cycle of repeat with this twin flame that you've been with. But I feel, you are also tied to this person. It's almost like you can't stop thinking about this person, or they pop in on your mind occasionally and you're like, what is with that? There's still an attachment there, okay? Now, really think about the magnets, because it's not a game, it's an energy exchange. Two magnets identical in polarity. So you push and pull. You're attracted to each other, but also repelled by each other, because there is unhealed energy there. And the space in between is the test. It is a twin flame test, which is a separation period. And both parties, they remain apart. Now, if the chaser keeps thinking about their counterpart or keeps reaching out, the runner is going to keep running, because the magnets, the frequencies remain the same. But as soon as the chaser starts to put all that energy, that devotion, that care into themselves and their true life's mission, their true calling, because remember, this is an activated relationship where you accept your spiritual awakening to connect to your true life's mission first, and then you come into union with your twin. So as soon as you put all that energy into your own needs, then you actually influence your person to spiritually evolve. Okay, have you ever thought about your person and then they reach out, or you have felt that you knew what their next sentence was going to be, or the next thought? You're not presuming. I feel like there's a connection, there's an unspoken bond there, and you just know, okay? And whenever you're just lying there at night and you're thinking about your twin knows, they can feel it. But also, when you dream of your twin, that means that they're thinking about you, or they are, trying to find some way to come back into your world. But what I'm looking at for you, my beautiful Taurians, is the main energy I've got is something needs to change. You've got number 13 there, and you want a new start. So some of you are thinking about disconnecting from this twin flame connection because you can't do it anymore. I feel like, you're becoming more reserved in this connection. You're reestablishing your power. I really feel like you've taken a step back. Okay, it's definitely stalemate here with two devil cards. It's like both of you, there's a lot of physical attraction here. There's definitely love here at the same time. But I feel like both of you are learning a lesson about establishing boundaries. And I feel for some of you beautiful Taurians out there, there is something that you witnessed or experienced in your younger years that may have played a factor in this twin flame connection, like feeling a little bit misaligned at first. So for example, if you didn't witness like parents divorcing or separating or guardians, it could be that you were bullied when you were younger and it knocked your sense of confidence. And whilst that is a completely isolated situation from your past that has no bearing on your twin flame connection, it may have influenced the way you operate in love. Because when you go into a relationship, especially a deep one with a twin flame, it's raw, it's exposing, and it's about trusting someone with who you truly are. And if in the past you've been bullied for what you look like or what you do, that can sometimes rob you of that self-confidence about who you truly are in that moment. And whilst you, look at it, process it, acknowledge that it shapes who you are, as you grow older and mature, you start to, recognize that you're reestablishing your power, and it no longer holds power over your current circumstances until such time as you meet someone where you feel exposed again. So it may trigger some insecurities or trust issues. So I'm picking up on that coming through this reading. If that's not connecting with you, then perhaps this is not your reading. So I just got to be honest with the energy that I'm getting here. Also, I feel like your person has had a very similar journey in your twin flame sort of path towards each other. So I feel both of you have had very similar experiences. Your person has abandonment issues. Huge abandonment issues. I feel like nobody was ever there for your person. I feel like this person has felt very much alone for most of their life. Even if they're surrounded by people in a group setting, I feel like this person, this twin that you're dealing with, they always feel alone, like they don't fit in some way. And to some degree, you may have felt the same way, but this person, the person you're dealing with, I feel like they are someone who has learned not to forge deep relationships or deep bonds because they feel like they're going to be left. So either they witnessed in childhood, a parent or guardian leaving, or a separation of some sorts, or, I'm going to pull a card when I get to their energy, but I feel somehow it's reflected in this relationship. Because there's a devil card twice, it can indicate that either both of you met when you were under the influence of alcohol or substances in some way, or it could be that in some way you and your partner share very similar insecurities and it's made you both be at a stalemate in some way. With number 13 there, I feel like you are trying to change your life around, and it's the death card energy, really. It's about opening yourself up to something new and to really it's almost like you're trying to break old habits, and your old habit, because I feel like you've been in a bit of a cycle of repeat with this person, I feel like your old habit is your twin. So I feel if you always do what you always did, you're always going to get the same outcome. And if currently you're dissatisfied with that outcome because it's at a stalemate, I feel like you know that you need to do something about it. So I feel like you are being the change by withdrawing from this person. Especially since you got the death card here and you've got number 13, it really corresponds with your energy that you're like, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm reestablishing a boundary. I'm not taking this anymore. This person needs to step up with respect or step out, because I feel like you're moving on, okay? Now, we do have the Emperor energy. So for you, my beautiful Taurians, there may be something connected to a father figure, very strict, austere father figure, or a masculine guardian there. It could be that for some of you, it could have been like, I'm going to pull a card on it because I'm getting like conflicting energy, so I have to give you what I'm being given. But what I see is like some of you may have had a parent who left or crossed over early, okay? But it could also indicate that you had a strong like masculine influence in your life. So I just want to pull a card on that for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know? You have King of Cups, someone you love deeply, okay? But also it's about restraining your emotions. So that's the other energy I was picking up, but I just wanted to clarify first. The Emperor is someone who is deeply feeling, but is very serious about life, especially if something has happened that has threatened their security. They sort of knuckle down and be like, protective mode. And the Emperor is a very protective mode. So deep down, you have a lot of emotions for this person. You love your twin, but at the same time, I feel like you're trying to restrain your emotions. You're trying to remain calm, in control, and like, some of you may have even been like trying to learn about twin flames, especially since the Emperor is like a mentor, or to learn more, to be more informed. So some of you may be trying to learn a little bit more, but also you may be talking to somebody who has gone through a very similar experience. And with the Emperor energy and the King of Cups, I'm really getting this sense that deep down you love this person, but you're really trying not to show it. You're trying to focus on work or your projects or business, or you're just trying to keep it all together, even though deep down you're feeling a little bit lost in this connection. Because how can you feel so deeply for this person and yet they've disconnected or they've abandoned the connection? Okay, now human beings, we're very complex creatures. For example, when I met my twin, all I wanted to do was shout from the mountaintops, I love you, I want to be with you. But I was so scared and I felt like I was unlovable because I'd been left and my heart had been like trashed on the floor and I lost everything within a couple of months. It was just a horrific time. Now, I'm not saying that your person's gone through something like that, but I get a sense that when people are scared, the first thing they do is they push away. And I feel your person with the Five of Pentacles is to push away, okay? Because I feel this person has had some sort of abandonment issue. Now, I'm not giving any excuses for a person's behavior. If anyone's been badly behaved, that's not acceptable at all. And with the Emperor energy and the Empress, I see that you are reestablishing a boundary of respect, okay, that this person has to acknowledge. I feel this person is learning, but they're working on themselves right now. You've got the Devil card, so I'm just going to see what that is for you, because when I touch it, I'm getting a feeling of being stuck. It's like stalemate. I feel, of course, there's caution there, but it can indicate that some of you, not all of you, so don't shoot the messenger when I say this, there may have been this obsessive like thought process going on in your mind, like, I wonder what they're up to. And if they're on social media, should I take a peek? Or, I also get with this devil card anger, fury as well. So I just want to pull a card with this, but it's almost like some of you, there may be trauma bonding here because you've got the devil card. So, and it's twice. So I feel both of you feel a little bit helpless to change your situation right now. And with spiritual awakening, I feel like you will, but we've got the Page of Wands. Okay, so this can be a very lusty energy. Some of you, like, you think about this person physically a lot. You remember their touch, but also it can be that you are thinking about being bold and moving on, trying to open yourself up to new. But what's really important about the Page of Wands card is that you were someone who is very loyal. You were a friend as well as a companion. You're someone who's passionate. You offer this person your heart, your loyalty, and your support. And also, I feel that with the Devil card, it's like there's a resistance there because you also need to focus on your true life's mission, your true life's purpose. Sometimes, a twin flame separation is just about the pause because both of you need to focus on your life's purpose. So it doesn't have to be about all the stuff that you have to sort through. Of course, we all go through a spiritual awakening. Sorry, they just said I'm not finished yet. They want one more. Of course, we all have to go through a spiritual awakening, but it's about, connecting to your mission. So your sense of purpose. And that's what the Page of Wands does. So it's like the Moon card can be you're feeling really uncertain. You're feeling that it's thrown up a lot of fear for you, or you're working on your shadow self. It's also asking you bigger questions like, do I really want to connect to this? Do I really want something long term? Or do I want something that is a little bit like quick fix? Okay, especially since you got the dog and the wolf there. The dog represents stability, settling down, loyalty, standing by someone's side through thick and thin. And the wolf is like independence, seeking, love elsewhere. And it's like, can I find a path to what I truly desire? Where does happiness lie for you? So some of you, for example, if your twin flame comes in and it seems like they still haven't healed or they're promising the world but not delivering anything, some of you may still be tempted to connect to that because of the intensity of the connection. So you're asking yourself at this time, what is it do I want from this connection? And is it fulfilling me in this moment? And if it's not, then you need to change something about it. And I see you withdrawing from this energy. So for example, if you're looking for a quick fix, then this person, I will check in with their energy. If they're presenting as a quick fix, something temporary, and it's going to repeat a cycle with you, then of course, if that's what you want, then that's what you'll go for. But if you're looking for something a little bit more long-term, and this person has come to you again, but unhealed, and they're not offering what you truly want, I feel like you're stepping away from that at this time. But I feel some of you are trying to work out this confusion. It's like, is it lust? Is it love? Is this my person? Is it my twin flame? Is it a soulmate? Is it a lesson? Is it a karmic? What's going on here? So I feel some of you are trying to really sort through the confusion, and I feel like you're going to find some answers in the next coming weeks. Now we do have the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is a card of connecting to friends or people you consider close to you. So you may have talked about this connection with those people, and they may see it as toxic, or they may not understand the connection you have with this person. It's important to realize that they don't know your full relationship, of course. You've told them your side of the connection, and they will always feel like you deserve better, okay? And if this person is not coming to you good, then of course, you deserve better. But with the Three of Pentacles here and the Three of Cups, I feel some of you are on a trajectory to meet someone new. If you haven't met someone new already that is not your twin flame, I feel like you're about to meet someone new that presents themselves as a soulmate. Okay, so I would just pull a card on that for you. So I feel like we've got the Hermit and we got the Page of Swords. Okay, someone's going to spark your curiosity. Okay, and this could be when you're out with friends or you're in a group of people having fun, letting your hair down. The Hermit indicates you're feeling really isolated and lonely in this connection, and it's not satisfying. So you've definitely withdrawn from this twin flame in order to seek answers, because that's really what the Page of Swords is. It's about going very cerebral, paying attention to your thoughts and how you feel about things, but also it indicates curiosity about a new potential. And I feel some of you with the Hermit energy, some of you have also, and again, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, some of you may have been thinking, if they're on social media, check out what they're up to, your twin flame that is, and see what's going on there. It's really important to recognize that we live in a world where we have information and disinformation available to our fingertips, okay, within seconds. So, for example, if we go looking at someone's social media page and they're just out with friends and there's a friend there that you don't even know and they're like hugging or something like that and it's plutonic and it's innocent, but the photograph, it tells a different story, you can build like a narrative in your mind, and it can actually destroy the potential of a relationship. So I always say, we can't really 100% judge what we see as what we interpret. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So yeah, like for example, a couple of years ago, a friend of mine, we'd all gone out on a night out. We all went to college with each other. We were really good friends, and he just started seeing this new person, and he was head over heels with this person. Like, he even thought that he was going to marry this person. He was like, this is the one, okay? And there was a really good-looking person in our group as well, and they both had this moment where they were talking to each other, and they were literally like, I think my friend was giving my other friend a glass, a drink, and their hands were like touched. It looked like on the glass that they were like linking hands, but they weren't. They were actually just exchanging a glass. And the new girlfriend saw it on social media, hit the roof, and it caused so many arguments. And it was just an innocent exchange captured in a moment. In fact, they weren't even like posing for a photo. They were just in the photo that got taken, and there was also video footage as well that went along with it, which in the end was shown to that girl, but and it highlighted that it was just an exchange of a glass, but it had damaged the trust, right? So I just want that to be set, because there's some energy coming up like this. I feel like there's some sort of jealousy going on with the person that you're dealing with as well, okay? So yeah, I'm feeling a lot of emotions with your particular twin flame connection, and it's very complex. So whoever needs to hear that, I'm putting it out there. Sometimes it's important to just get a little bit more confirmation on what you see, because what you see doesn't always equate to what you perceive as the truth of what's going on, okay? So let's just move away from that. What I'm seeing, though, is that because of the way you're feeling right now, if you're wanting to go for a new person and cut the cord with your twin, you can do that, okay? I do see there is a potential for you to meet someone new. And if you don't, of course, I always say do not wait for your twin flame connection, because your spiritual journey will be different from theirs. And the twin who is the runner tends to play a little bit of catch up with their counterpart. So get busy living your life, doing your thing, connecting to your true life's mission. And when the moment is right, the universe will orchestrate a meeting between you and your twin. So what is meant for you will never pass you by. Breathe. Okay. Now, their energy, they're at a crossroads because you've stepped back. Now they got options to really look at which path they're going to take. And I feel this person, it's like one path they're set to win and one path they're set to lose. Okay, so they really are at that fork in the road. As you can see there, the Five of Pentacles is to long. This person longs for you. I feel like they found it really difficult to invest in a relationship because of abandonment issues. Five of Pentacles is the abandonment card, but also the Nine of Cups is like they found a wish come true in you. You present emotional fulfillment. But also, when we connect to somebody that is so important in our world, sometimes our fears can override logical thoughts. And you start to think, what if I lose the person I love? Better not get too invested in this in case I lose. Or I'm getting an energy that your person feels like they're not enough. Okay, so it's number 22. When you reduce it, 2 plus 2 is 4, which is stability. So I do feel that this person, they've been striving for stability in their world in some way. And I feel right now they're making some major decisions, but they have hesitated in this connection because I feel they're scared. Okay, they're just giving me this energy of like deviating from the path. They knew that they were meant to be with you, but it's like they chose the wrong path out of fear. And that path was to push you away, keep you at arm's length, because I feel they are bonded to something, or they're attached to feelings of inadequacy in some way. So I'm just going to pull a card on this, because the Devil card, you know, it actually highlights where we feel stuck. So it's a really positive card. It's about recognizing that you are stuck, and then how do you set about changing it? So I feel, you know, fear is false evidence appearing real. Sometimes what we have in our mind can be a lot worse than what's going on like in front of us sometimes. And I feel this person, we got the Ace of Swords there. This person wants to talk. They're having a breakthrough moment. I just heard they're having a breakthrough moment. I'm also being told to listen. Oh, okay. They just gave me a song, but it's, wow, it's a really powerful mix of a song. Let's put it that way. It sounds very much like a calling out in pain, but at the same time, there's rap there as well. So let me just give you the lyrics that I'm being given. I've never been scared of love. Scared to love. I'm not enough, not enough. I tell you that I don't care. Really, I do care. My mind gets dark and wild. Okay, I'm not sure if I got that last sentence right. Okay, I'm being given, my guides are telling me that this is a very famous person, and that I should know this person. Okay, you know, I can't quite grasp who this person is. I can't quite tell by the voice. So I'm going to have to look it up, I'm afraid. But it's like, it's almost like a guttural cry, calling, and then like someone rapping how they feel. So I'm going to have to look it up online. I can't quite tell you. They're actually showing me a globe right now. A globe. Globe. So I feel they're trying to tell me it's like a worldwide star who sings this, or someone like super famous, and I probably will kick myself. I probably know who this person is, and not really know them like a friend, but I know of their music. But I can't tell you in this moment. I'm really sorry that I can't think about that, okay? Because I can't remember. So yeah, I'll have to leave that there. But this song may be relevant because, well, the lyrics, like the words, it's like my guides asked me to listen, and the fact that we got the Ace of Swords, it's like the words are important. The thoughts of this artist are important, because I feel it corresponds with whoever your twin flame is. That feeling of inadequacy, feeling like they're not enough, that they present as they don't care, but actually they do. And either they were married in the past, or they had a high level commitment in the past, and I feel that they got burnt in that situation. But there's something here about abandonment issues as well. So let me pull a card with a different deck. The Hierophant is like a fear. Well, it's not a fear. It's actually marriage, the marriage card. But I'm clarifying the Devil card. So I feel like this person's got a fear of commitment, because I feel like they've either witnessed a commitment break down, or they've been in a commitment that broke down. So let me just pull another card with a different deck. King of Pentacles. They decided to focus on money. I mean, the King of Pentacles is a Taurian. Yeah. So this person knows that you're their destiny, but they got scared. Okay. The King of Pentacles, as I said, is a Taurian card, male or female. It's not a gender specific reading, but with the Wheel of Fortune present, it tells me that this person knows that you are their destiny and that fate brought you together, but their fear tore you apart. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that their fear tore you apart. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide This person was not looking for love when they met you, and I feel like they were really shocked that you got really close to them, that you got in deep. Okay, as you can see with the Four of Cups, this person recognizes that they were feeling really numb. There was a lot of apathy in their life. They were feeling really unfulfilled. They were not looking for love when they first met you, and then the universe surprised them with your love. And Six of Wands. Okay, they're giving me that initially they saw you as like a prize, like they'd won the lottery of love and life, but then they started to look at themselves and they started to see that you were above them in some way, because the Six of Wands is like an indication that someone's ego is insecure. It's like they raised you up on a pedestal, and although it perhaps didn't feel that they raised you up on a pedestal, when you start to look up at a person, you start to feel below them. The energy changes. So I feel it started to trigger these feelings of anxiety in this person. They started to feel like they were not enough. I mean, even that song came up there with those lyrics, so that highlights what this person's been feeling. But again, it's no excuse, but it's the reason why this person, out of fear, has like pushed their twin away. I'm just going to pull another card on the Five of Pentacles, because I'm hearing something, but I don't know what it is. Oof. You know, I'm just going to disconnect from it because I actually can't locate it. It's going on, and it's like screeching. I mean, if I was to describe it, it's not a song. It sounds like brakes screeching, like really loud, and it's kind of hurting my ears. So hang on a minute. I'm just going to... Sorry about that. So, yeah, I'm just getting this like... Yeah. So maybe that was brakes screeching, that they put the brakes on in this connection. Okay, let me just pull a card on this Five of Pentacles. Temperance card. The pause is to connect to their true life's purpose. And I feel like this person really took their time with this connection. It's almost like it ground to a halt is what I see there. And I feel it's almost like as well, they just dipped their toe into the relationship because they thought that they could just like live in the connection on the surface. You know, when people have had some sort of trauma, they have like a survival mode that they go into where they don't want to get in too deep. They almost sometimes cover their true emotions, their true love with displays of physical affection. And I feel that's what this person did. But then you got in deep and they were like, oh, they felt very exposed. And I feel deep down, this person knows that you're a really good mix, that actually that you belong together. And I feel this person, especially when you got the Temperance card there, it means right now they're re-examining the choices they made, the priorities they have, and the path that they took. And I feel like the path they took to avoid love, they found you, because the universe was like, okay, you're avoiding the one thing that's going to help you move forward. And I feel with the Nine of Cups, they saw you as a wish fulfillment, but this Five of Pentacles, that's like the crux of the matter. They feel like they are not enough, or they struggled to open up in this connection. Again, that doesn't help you, my beautiful Taurians, but that's what I see there. Right now, I feel like this person is wishing that they'd taken a different path. I just heard, I regret not having the courage to fight for us when I had a chance. I regret not having the courage to fight for us when I had a chance. That's what I'm just hearing right now. Okay. So how is this going to all play out if you two are in devil mode on either side? Now, you know, I also just heard, well, Earth is stubborn. So, I mean, there is a difference between being stubborn and setting a boundary. And I feel like you have set a boundary, my beautiful Taurians, okay? Your person, I feel, has been quite stubborn, but also I feel like with the Devil card being present in their overarching energy, I feel like you are transcending this like cycle of repeat that has perhaps been a very negative influence on your relationship, whereas your person, I feel like they're starting to just look at it to identify where they keep coming unstuck in life, where they keep self-sabotaging, okay? Now, your outcome energy, we have the key. So this person is starting to ask questions. They're starting to look for answers, and they're having a major revelation. This is a breakthrough moment for your person. So this reading is for the next 6 weeks. I feel like they're really learning a lesson, especially since they have the World card here, which means there's a cycle of repeat that's ending. And that repeat, I feel, is leading this person to focus on their true life's mission and to heal themselves, to work on themselves. Because remember, we start with a cup of love for ourselves first. And if that is empty, or if that is feeling like there's codependency, trust issues, or, self-loathing, or just feelings of inadequacy in there, and we go to exchange it with another person, we're projecting our energy onto the other person. It's never going to be an aligned relationship. It's always going to be misaligned. So I feel this person, they couldn't love you because they couldn't love themselves, and they were not looking for love when you first met each other. Also, I want to pull a card on the World card because the World card indicates that they're exactly where they're meant to be right now, which is focused on their current path themselves in order to heal so that they can step up in some way. But let me just pull a quick card on that. Queen of Swords. Okay, so they're logically addressing their fears. The Queen of Swords indicates that they are turning their back on their past and they are getting organized. They're really deeply being honest with themselves and getting clear and direct about what they want. None of this wishy-washy energy, none of this indecisiveness. This person is getting clarity on what they want. And I feel like this person's going to reach out to message you. And the message that you're going to receive, let me see how you're going to feel about this, because I get this energy that they're going to message you, but it's not romantic. Yeah. It's kind of lusty. So I feel like you're going to be a little bit cross. And maybe it's like, how can I put this? It's almost like they're going to send you a flirtatious message that is a little bit immature. But I feel that this person is taking a step towards maturity. It's almost like tongue-in-cheek message to hopefully get you to message back. But I feel after that initial message, I feel like there can be an honest, open conversation where this person, it's almost like they are the joker. They make a joke, but underneath, they're crying. Underneath, there's pain. And I feel this person tries to plaster over things in life with a joke, because that way they can get by on nobody really noticing the deep stuff. So I feel they may have even had that role within their family unit. If it was in some way turbulent, they were the one who, if they made a joke, then everything will be better, but it's not. And as they mature, they start to recognize the jokes just don't cut it anymore, okay? So watch out for the flirtatious message that comes through. It's very lusty, okay? But I feel also after that, they're going to tell you about something that they are doing. And it may even be for charity, okay, is what is coming through there. But underneath, Eight of Pentacles, this person is repairing themselves, and we got the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is really about messaging. It's about movement. It's about, reaching out to get a reaction as well. So I feel this person, in the next 6 weeks, I feel like they will try and reach out. They may even tell you that they're thinking about traveling, or they've just come back from traveling is what I see there. But the Eight of Pentacles is like they're working on themselves. They're doing some spiritual work. So they may even tell you that they are thinking about going on like a health kick or a spiritual retreat or something that helps them discover who they are and what they want. So I feel like you will hear from this person. Now, in between both of you, there's messaging. So I do feel like there will be correspondence in the next coming weeks and months. I do feel it will turn romantic, but initially it's not a romantic message, okay? So there may be a bit of a stalemate even after that. You may withdraw from that and say, not going to do that until such time as they come towards me with a more serious message. And they will. This person will take the initiative. They've got the Eight of Wands, which is to take action. It is to move forward. It is to transform. So I do feel this person is eager to reach out to you. And for your energy, we have the hearts, okay? So deep down, you really love this person. This person is your soulmate, your counterpart. We also have the Empress energy, so you're reestablishing a relationship with yourself, okay? Having that healthy boundary and nurturing yourself as well. You're very attractive. You turn heads, so there is a potential for you to meet someone new as well. I've already told you about that message that's come through there. But this card indicates love. You're attracting love at this time. And I feel like you're attracting, love from your twin, but also from someone else who's going to be very curious to get to know you better. You get to choose whether you want to be with someone new or whether you want to be with your twin. And only you can make that decision because we all have free will. I can only tap into the energies that are available to you in the next 6 weeks and beyond, because I feel like this is going to be a little bit more ongoing than 6 weeks for you. The Empress card and the Emperor. You're looking for a divine counterpart and you really want to be with this twin, but there are factors in between right now that are really testing you and your patience. And I feel like there's this energy of enough is enough. Deep down, you feel like you belong together. And I feel there will be a lot of messaging to that effect, that you and this person will actually openly say how you feel about each other. I feel both of you are kind of obsessed with each other in very different ways. And the Death card there, though, is to transform. It is to end a cycle of repeat. It's a transition period where you feel tested, where you shed what is old and familiar. So you may even give this person an ultimatum, like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And the Three of Cups is like, I got options. You may not say that to this person because that would be inflammatory and, it's not good to play games with people's hearts. And of course, if this person did that to you, then, taking a step back and walking away from that is actually the healthiest thing to do, because sometimes twin flame connections, they can present as toxic, but you need to see a person's effort to overcome a cycle of repeat. If we've learned something in childhood, it is our job to notice that pattern in order to break that pattern. So sometimes, when we're a child, we cannot have any control over what we're given or what we absorb around us. But as we grow into adults and mature, then we make our decisions and say, no, I'm not choosing that path. And right now, your person is at that fork in the road. Do they choose that path that they've been stuck in, that cycle? I certainly see that you are not. I certainly see that you're moving away from that and saying, you know what, I respect myself highly and I'm not allowing my twin to come to me in any other energy than respect, love, and care. So I feel with the Death card there, I feel like you're weighing things up, but I feel like there is change here for you. And I feel the Death card, the energy I'm getting from that is like you can't do this anymore and you're creating space for something new. A new beginning. We do have the Three of Cups. Some of you are going to be a little bit more sociable in the next coming weeks and months. If your twin flame does not step up, is what I see. But also the Three of Cups with the Eight of Wands. This is your person reaching out. And then the Three of Cups is joy. It is celebration. But it's also like messaging your friends and saying, look, this is what's happened. I feel there could be some sort of celebration or feast day when this person reaches out. So there could be something that, you tend to celebrate, that this person will reach out and say, remember when, or, as I said, it's going to be a flirty message there, but I do see that your person will reach out. I see that you and your person have a long way to go yet. Okay. Now, some people will translate that as, I don't want to be connected to a project that's such a long time. Remember, don't wait for your twin. It's important to focus on your own path. And then you actually encourage the energy of your twin to focus on theirs. And then they naturally come back in a healthier energy. It's always worth noting that when we think back on the past, we're connecting to vibrations from the past, energy from the past. So whenever you're visualizing your twin, think of them in the energy that you want them in. See the life that you have in the future, like you're living it right now, because that changes the frequency as well, okay? Especially before bed. No, they said no. But it is worth noting that it's better to focus on your own needs and your own true life's mission and purpose rather than your twin as much as possible, okay? So we've got some final messages here. I'm just going to get those for you. I'm so afraid of rejection. This person is terrified. Okay, this person is terrified. It's really interesting because human beings, what we do is when we fear something happening to us, sometimes we inadvertently do it to the other person. Like this person, they're afraid of, losing you or afraid of rejection, so they reject their twin so that they protect their own heart. It can sometimes be a bit of a selfish energy, but it's out of fear. Okay, and again, I'm not here to give anyone an excuse. I see that you're done with this energy. It says here, will you ever forgive me? We've got, I don't want to lose you. And I truly believe they do not want to lose you. Okay, this person is trying to step up. They are working on themselves. Because you've withdrawn, this person is now in the 8 energy. 8 is the number of the self. So they're actually focusing on repair work, because 8 is to, 8 of Pentacles is to repair, and 8 of Wands is to initiate change and activate some sort of progress or move forward. I want to be with you. I feel so much regret for everything I've said and done. And this is the heart of the matter. My fears keep stopping me. Okay, so both of you could be actually mirroring each other's energy at this time. We'll just go to this deck and get some final cards and close the reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know? Yeah. So, as I said, they're working on themselves right now. It says, I don't feel ready for a commitment. So that's heavily showing up in your reading, but they are actually trying to change. It says here, we've both changed, and I'm not sure about the future. And we've also got, I love you more than you know. Okay, so a very complex reading and a very complex dynamic with this particular twin flame connection, but it's all rooted in fear. Okay, I don't know how to give you what I'm being given, but I'm being given this energy of some very famous people in history were connected to their twin flame, their true loves, and out of fear and abandonment issues, they rejected their true love. And these people are really famous. Like they're not giving me specific famous people. They're just giving me the energy of it. So maybe you're going to come across a story of someone who was with the love of their life, but actually pushed them away. Maybe you're going to come across that story, and maybe it's going to, in some way, connect to your story. I'm not really sure how to decode what they're trying to give me, but I'm going to just leave that there because I feel that's so random and it's a little bit vague. So I prefer it when it's a little bit more precise, okay? I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Okay, so we have the horse. Now, this is about movement, progress. It's also an indication that there can be loyalty here. Whenever you get the horse, this is about future changes, movement, and trust. So I feel this is a big issue, a big deal. Without trust, there is nothing. And I feel it's important to recognize that fear can sometimes skew our sense of trust. We do have Apple. Now, Apple can connect to temptation, and I've already talked about the devil card energy here, where there's temptation perhaps to have a quick fix or a passionate encounter with your twin because it's so magnetic. However, both parties need to heal in order to have a long-standing relationship. So there could be a potential of a cycle of repeat that happens in this connection, again, before you move into a high-level commitment. I mean, your person is creating space to try and move past those cycles, okay? But I feel the potential is still there, okay, with that. But the apple also represents healthy, choosing a more healthy path. And we've also got the sun. So there's an awakening happening in this twin flame connection, really releasing denial, opening oneself up to seeing how they truly feel. So I feel both of you are on that path. And I feel in the future, both of you can truly be happy together as well. But there's a lot that needs to be processed before that can happen. And we also have, this is the wind rune, okay? So this is about harmony, balance. It's an energy of turning things around after a period of dissatisfaction, okay? So I feel this person that you're dealing with, they're giving me a word, misery. Misery. Okay, so I feel there is obviously something that perhaps I haven't even tapped into yet that is the root cause for this person's misery, or but I feel the main energy is abandonment issue. So either they've been in a relationship in the past that broke this person's heart, or whether it's something they experienced in childhood. And we've also got rebirth. Wow, we've got the U rune, okay? So this is to preserve love for each other. It's the quest to overcome conflict and to have a successful outcome. So these are the energies that are swirling around in your twin flame connection at this moment in time. It feels very complex, so there's a lot to sort through. But looking at your chart, my beautiful Taurians, I feel like you're kind of done there, okay? I feel in the future, if this person manages to step up in time, you can be unified and come back together in union. I do see that as a potential, but I feel not right now, because your person is still working on themselves. Okay, and I feel, of course, you are working on yourself too, but I feel there is a potential in the next 6 weeks for you to meet someone new as well. So you have a choice. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that very complex reading. I mean, I can't imagine it's going to really resonate with many people because it was so complex. But if it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. I mean, oftentimes I don't really enjoy doing the twin flame readings. It's only because all of you have reached out for me to do those, because they are very complex energies floating through. And sometimes, you know, it just hits me in my gut, like the sadness or the isolation. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there, because I know that it's a difficult relationship to navigate, and sometimes a very confusing one as well. So I'm sending you so much love and so much hugs, okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.